Welcome back to Be Forkin For Real, episode 3. My name is Alex.
My name is Adrian, and we are here with
Nic Teran,
better known as Baki.
Yes.
Baki. Yeah, what's the full name again? It's Baki.
Baki Hanma is his name.
Baki
is his name from the anime.
That's right, man. Baki himself.
Mhm.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm excited.
You're
really excited. Yeah, it's a new learning experience for me. Talking on camera, getting comfortable with it, and so I'm excited for it.
It's good to have you. It's good to have you. We've been wanting to bring you on. I mean, we've only had one guest actually.
Yeah, we've had one guest.
One guest, but we had always had you in mind, and we wanted to bring you here and get you on the show because we like your mindset, we like who you are, and we all vibe
Your
together.
lifestyle,
Awesome.
yeah. And Nic Teran is actually a Fork to Fit influencer as well, if you guys don't know this. So make sure you check out his page. He's also featured on the Fork to Fit page in a collaboration with them on his daily lifestyle. So make sure to check that out. That was an awesome video, by the way.
Appreciate it.
So
I loved it.
Yeah, getting right into it, bro. I want to know how you woke up today, man. How are you feeling? And what's your natural routine there?
So today was a Saturday. I was off today, so not every single day will I wake up at 4:30 in the morning. Only on weekdays when I need to be a little bit more productive. This was obviously a big event for me, so waking up today was a lot of just making sure I was well rested, making sure my mind was right, read a little bit, ate a good breakfast, a good lunch.
And what'd you read?
I'm reading this book right now called Unlimited Power.
Nice.
I posted a lot on my story. It's a Christian book.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy, man. I came across it at a antique store. It was a furniture antique store that my mom and I had gone to go see, and I stumbled across this book called Unlimited Power. Wasn't too sure what it was about, but opening up and reading into it, it was like dedicated to somebody in like 1977. Old antique book. I've been looking online for it, and I haven't been able to find it anywhere. So
yeah, dude. What I've noticed about you is that you're really big about disconnecting from the modern, like what's going on right now. Like some people get so submerged into media and social media and internet and looking at their phone right away and getting like submerged in that screen time. Mm-hmm. And that really kind of fogs your brain a little bit. And I see that you disconnect a lot from that. Can you speak more about why you do that?
So I'd like to think that a big reason why I started putting my phone down and being more interactive with the world around me and being more aware of my surroundings and everything around me is I got a dog. Yeah. So
what kind?
He's a mix. He's a mutt. I'd like to say he's more like pit bull Rottweiler, a little bit of lab. He's a mix, but he's a really good boy. And I think getting a dog that's yours, that you take care of, Is
he house trained already?
He's house trained, yeah. Nice. Dude, he's a really good boy, man. He sleeps in the bed with me.
Damn.
Spends every single day. Like every single day I wake up, it's him waking me up. He's part of the reason why I started waking up at like 4 a.m. actually, is because
he's got to use the restroom.
Yeah, you're really 3 or 4 in the morning, have to take him out in the restroom. I got him while my mom was out of town, so it was kind of an impulsive decision, but definitely one that I don't regret and one that I'm glad I made, because it's almost like you have a kid, taking care of a little puppy like that, having to feed him, take him out to the restroom, take care of him, entertain him.
Teaches you a little bit of responsibility, huh?
Yeah, and so whenever he sees me just standing there on my phone, sometimes I'll get a little sidetracked on Instagram or on social media, and he just watches me and barks at me and starts like yapping at me if I'm just standing there. Yeah. So, and I think like it's crazy because from a dog's point of view, he's just an animal living in the real world. He doesn't have technology. He doesn't have anything to like keep his mind clouded like that. So he probably sees us just standing there and thinking like, what are you doing? Yeah.
What are you doing staring at this object?
Yeah, dude. Anything, like putting on clothes too. He's like, you never see a dog with clothes.
Yeah. Right. So, well, I beg to differ.
Honestly, like it's kind of
dog with clothes.
Yeah. Like I always try to put myself in a dog's shoes.
Yeah, dude. It must be so crazy. Like,
no, whenever I see a dog, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like talking or interacting with the dog, I'm always like, I wonder what they're thinking. Yeah. Like, what are they going through right now?
Yeah. Do you think a dog sees you and he's like, this guy's colossal? This guy's huge.
Dogs definitely have that.
Probably.
That
yeah.
sense.
I mean, they do have that sense. Yeah.
And
all dogs are different, man.
Are all dogs? I had heard this. I'm not too sure, but are all dogs colorblind?
You know,
did you hear about that?
I heard dogs have a favor towards blue toys, and my dog does. Like he has blue toys.
I probably sound really stupid saying that because like, but it's just like something that I've heard like through the grapevine. Like, oh no, you can't see that color. Like, you're like, you know.
I haven't studied that.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they would even find that out. Yeah. Maybe like tests of. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
All dogs are different, dude. Going to dog parks and seeing all these different dogs with all their different owners, like it's crazy. It's like a whole nother world for them, and they're interacting with each other, and it's just so grounding. I'd like to put it, because they're just natural beasts, and they act like, you know, dogs. They have an alpha and a more dominant dog that acts alpha. Like that, you know. So it's cool.
It's
man.
crazy how they claim that dominance, but going off the dog track, back to what you were saying, it's like disconnecting, right? Like, go on about your day though.
So that's when I definitely say that I started putting my phone down a lot more and getting back into the real world. I started looking towards meditating and reading and journaling and these different outlets, I guess, that keep me more in touch with reality and myself as a person. And so I think that it sounds like a big thing to get into for a lot of people. Some people hear meditating and journaling and reading and like, man, like, you know, it's such an out there task.
Yeah, time consuming.
It doesn't fall in line with their daily routine. So I think that's what scares a lot of people about trying something different, is they're scared to step out of their comfort zone.
So a little bit about that. Like what got you into meditation or that type of mindset?
I think once I started to realize that a lot of like the actions and daily routines that I was doing were based a lot on my feelings and the way I was, you know, us humans like to live a comfortable lifestyle. So I think it's natural for us to do things that are more comfortable or more in line with the routine we're used to.
More convenient, right?
Yeah, more convenient. You know, if it's sitting down and reading a book versus sitting on the couch and scrolling on your phone through Instagram, you know, a lot of times people are going to choose the more comfortable route, which is, let me go check social media, let me see what everybody's up to, which is something that kind of just fogs the mind up more and more as you do it. You know, mindless scrolling is what you would call it. You know, a lot of people aren't aware of it, but I mean, it's a very real thing.
And how would you say that that's like affected your overall, like your fitness journey, your lifestyle?
So when I first started getting into fitness, I was very big on TikTok. I think TikTok was a big platform that was growing. It still is exponentially growing at the moment. You know, as we speak, there are thousands and thousands of videos being uploaded from all over the world now. So it's a very fast growing and large growing platform. So I really followed the trends, I'd say, on TikTok, and I really wanted to just kind of have a big platform. So just following the trends and trying to fit into what people wanted to was a big thing, and it helped grow my platforms.
Talk a little bit about that. So like your character Baki, right? And your online presence, like what influence you do to kind of take on that character on TikTok? Not really take on that character, but
the title.
Right, the title Baki. Like, how did that come?
Before we get into that, I'm going to stop you real quick, because this is the start of the show, and I actually have a surprise.
I was going to interrupt the whole show because I was like, "Where's my drink?" Okay.
I actually have a surprise for you. I see you got the yin yang ring on, right? Yeah, you got the yin yang. If everybody's seeing that, and you know, we got a little Japanese culture. We got sake for you. So we did shots, you know what I'm saying? We did shots the first time. We did wine the second time.
We got sake today.
And we got sake for the Baki.
Let's go, man.
Let's go.
Sake for the Baki.
This is going to, let me just tell you, this is going to change your mindset throughout the podcast, because you're going to get more influence, more comfortable.
Yeah. I'm not a big drinker. I'm not a big drinker, so I think after just one shot, or I don't know how this is supposed to be consumed, sake.
Sake bombs.
Sake bombs.
Well, this should help us talk about things that are a little bit more uncomfortable, right?
Yeah,
but
of course,
which is great.
I'm 100% excited to get into these types of conversations with you guys. So
I'm excited to try this sake, to be honest.
Somebody got a little bit more on the left shot. So
you can give me the least full one. I'll take that one on the right.
All right, we're gonna give you the left shot.
You know, everybody
we'll give you the most full one.
Everybody that we bring on, I feel like they're responsible drinkers, and you and I are just
We're terrible.
We're just not responsible.
Yeah, no, like we overdo it, right? Because like Monet was like, yeah, like 2 glasses. I'm like 4 deep. We're like, yeah, bye.
Yeah, shots.
Damn, we're such alcoholics.
Wine, 5 glasses of wine.
Yeah, and I slump more and more. Here you go, my friend.
All right, let's try this.
All right. Is there a tradition for sake? It's just sake hama, baki hame.
Wait, what was that?
Who knows what he said?
I don't know. I just made it up. Cheers, boys.
All right.
Oh, wait, hold on, wait. It's got to be You got to hear it.
You got to say it.
Sake time.
Sake time.
Oh.
Wait,
let's do it again. Hold on.
It's sake. We got to do it.
You got to dance.
Sake time. All right, let's do it.
Sorry, that was not in sync, but...
That's interesting. It's an interesting taste right there.
That is an interesting taste.
That is. I'm trying to like distinct.
Me too.
But it's not.
It kind of, to be honest, it tastes like a fart.
I guess it's a general way to put it.
I've never tasted a fart.
Did you just fart in my mouth? No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Like it's weird. Does it not?
Definitely different
It
taste.
tastes like a straight up. I was thinking like some type of starch and oil, like
you see,
or like oily, like
Yeah.
Okay, well, like I didn't know how to describe it, so
Yeah.
like the best thing that came
It's like
into
a
mind was a
fucking
fart.
dirty fart.
A dirty fart.
Okay, all right.
But hopefully it tastes different the next time we take it.
Yeah, no, yeah. Sure. Yeah. I hope it doesn't taste like that. So you were saying
All right,
there, Baki. Go back into that.
Yeah, let's get back into the conversation. So basically, a lot of people have named you Baki for a reason. And what kind of like influenced you to kind of push that character online on your social presence? Because I know you were big into TikTok at first, and now you're into Instagram a little bit more. And your whole transformation has kind of changed, like your whole mindset.
Right.
So talk a little bit about more of that character Baki, and what did you find, how did you relate to Baki?
So in the show Baki, it's an anime.
Right.
For anybody that doesn't know, Baki
Available
is
on
an anime.
Crunchyroll.
I watched it on Netflix.
Netflix?
Yeah, Netflix has it.
I'm watching it tonight.
It's a good show. It's a really good show. It's a fighting anime, so it's about all different types of martial arts. And I don't want to say that I related so much to the character Baki just because of like the exaggeration that animes have nowadays. But my physique wise, I think was what really popped me off on TikTok was because I posted a transformation, not a transformation. It was like a transition TikTok between me and the character. I'm sure you guys can throw it up on the edit. And
Actually, I did see it recently.
Yeah, and it blew up. It blew up on TikTok. I think it's like 1.5 million views right now. But it was super, like 2021, I think.
Crazy
was when
to reach.
Yeah, so that was what initially kind of got my audience there. That was initially what brought the traffic into my TikTok. And so that's whenever I started to kind of try to live more like, oh, I'm Baki, making TikToks, like calling myself Baki.
Nice.
Trying to be, but then that's when anime started really taking its side into TikTok. And I think that's when Baki started being a little bit more popular. So a lot of people started...
more light.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people wanted to be Baki. A lot of people started posting their physique, calling themselves Baki. So it became just like... I didn't want to call myself Baki as much, knowing like how popular it was. I guess it didn't really fit for me to keep trying to say that I'm Baki, I'm Baki.
Yeah.
I'm Baki. No, like it wasn't that big of a deal.
Right.
It's an anime, and at the end of the day, anybody can have a Baki physique if they wanted to. Which is when I started to try to transition more over towards Instagram. I think with Instagram, you can build a lot more of a genuine connection with your followers. So on TikTok right now, I think I have around like 83,000 followers. But not every single post that you post is going to reach 83,000 people, which is something that I didn't really like. Because when I started to post a little bit more mindset types of, I'd post slideshows with very detailed captions, and it's not something that TikTok kind of pushes out there as much, rather than if I was just to be posting workout videos and with a badass sound over it and just trying to show off my physique a little bit more.
Let's talk about those back to we're talking about your platforming, right? And where you kind of like blew up there. And I want to talk about something that was brought to my attention. So I know that you used to be training partners with Justice, huh?
Oh, yeah.
How far back days were those?
Oh, man. Me and Justice went to high school together, man.
Yeah.
He's a grade older than me. So when I was I think when I was a sophomore and he was a junior was when we started to become more friends. And it wasn't until I think after we graduated, I graduated in 2020. So that's whenever COVID year started.
Right. And I heard that's when you had some great growth, and I saw that too.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think COVID made a big impact in the whole world, I think, through everybody, and changed a lot of people and a lot of the ways we live. But it definitely had a great impact on me and my mentality, and I went through a lot of things that kind of helped me form, I guess, this mentality that I have. And I guess just like learning from it was the best thing for me.
So you and I know, because I see your content, I see Justice's content, and you know that you guys have that similar mindset, that similar what you guys are wanting to push onto the community and show that you guys are about in your lifestyles. And I think it was like very influential to a lot of people, right, and thousands on the platform. You know what I mean? And it's awesome. And I was looking back at it when you guys used to train and stuff, and seeing some of that. That was cool, man.
We were with Yoke Club, man. That was my first sponsorship. I think that was another really big push as to why I was posting so much on TikTok, was because I wanted to be sponsored by a gym company, which Justice was already signed with them. So he was just kind of pushing me to post more on TikTok, to be more out there on social media. So big shout out to him for getting me out of that comfort zone in that aspect. And then I got signed with Yoke Club after that Baki TikTok.
Beautiful.
Nice. Yeah, so that's when I got Code Baki. That's when Code Baki was born.
Nice. Yeah, that's cool, bro.
Yeah, it was cool.
If you guys don't know, his Fork to Fit kitchen code is Baki. That's how. Yeah, when we asked for that personalized code, it was like, Code Baki, man.
Yeah, I remember that, having to ask him if I couldn't have the 10 behind my name, because I had already Code Baki with this company, and then
just made it easier.
And then Huge Supplements. I don't know if you've heard of Huge Supplements. They're a supplement company. It's pretty big now. They have a couple big influencers on their side.
Nice.
I was Code Baki with them too. And then Fork to Fit reached out, and then that's whenever I met you guys. And then I think it was like somewhere in 2021 whenever I got signed with Fork to Fit, and we started working together.
Nice.
Yeah. No, that's cool, man. And like to see, I also know like that major growth that you had was definitely during that COVID year, bro. You blew up, bro, and that was awesome. And you saw that size come into play.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, your density was there, like your muscle density, everything grew. And what's so beneficial with you that I tell you is like, dude, you got the small waist, you got that nice V taper, you got the wide back, bro. It's amazing, bro. Yeah, amazing physique.
I'm definitely very grateful for the physique I have. I think it's something that helped me kind of get out there a little bit more, because a lot of people like to click on things. If you're on the Explore page and you see somebody with a nice physique or nice muscles, you click on it, and that's what brings the engagement. That's what brings the followers and everything like that. And around COVID year, 2021, I think was when I went through a very big injury. I would try to lift so much weight, power lift and do all that crazy stuff, and I ended up hurting my back really bad. I got 2 herniated discs. Sciatic pain down my left leg. It was definitely a big game changer for me, having to live that way and live with an injury like that. I thought I was gonna have it forever, for the rest of my life. I probably wouldn't be able to sit down here and have a podcast with you guys if I was still going through that type of pain. But yeah, it was a big learning factor for me. I think it was a big reason why I changed so much and why my mentality changed so much, is because it made me realize that the experience that I have in this lifetime is all coming from within. I could hang out with people and be going through that back pain and be barely even able to sit down, and everybody else around me would be wouldn't know that,
So was that So talk about that transition of going from an ego-driven mindset to a more spiritual path.
So I think whenever I started to kind of take a step back and realize, I'm an influencer. I would call myself an influencer, but what is it that I'm really influencing to my followers, to these people that are, saying, man, bro, you inspire me so much. And it's like, what have I really done with my ego-driven content to help inspire you, you know, other than just look big. Okay, I can look big. Anybody can look big.
You inspired me to have a goatee.
Dang, dude, I remember that goatee, man. That goatee. That goatee was.
Oh, you had a goatee.
I had a long goatee,
really?
dude, and long hair, like way longer hair, man.
Yeah.
I was a different person back then. It was crazy.
Yeah. So you're lifting big, lifting heavy, very ego driven. You hurt yourself. You started tapping into more of a spiritual path. Started lifting
smarter,
mm-hmm. right? And yeah, so was the injury the big cause of this whole mindset transition?
I'd like to say so. I mean, there were also a lot more personal things that went into it. I think that everybody kind of has their own, you know, background, their own story, their own inner child that they, you know, everybody has their own story. You know, that's why it became a very individual thing for me, because I knew everybody was on their own path in life, and however I healed from it was going to determine the course of my life. I was told that I was going to need surgery. I was going to that was it. I couldn't lift anymore. So hearing that kind of really like snapped me out of that. Like, man, like I need to stop prioritizing lifting so much and trying to push myself so much in the gym. And I need to look inward into other things, into other ways, other outlets like meditating, journaling, reading, other things that are going to help me heal and help me further myself, not only in the gym, but as a person as well.
Right. And now you're not only doing that for yourself, but you're doing it to serve others.
Right. Yeah. So now I definitely say my platform has switched a lot from ego-driven content to more spiritual awareness, trying to spread positivity and trying to bring that light to other people and allow other people to realize that, you know, there's more to life than just lifting and ego, and everybody is capable of growing through that, and everybody's capable of growing themselves and from the inside out.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that, man.
Awesome day here at Thrive Grid Spa. Everybody, this is Alec. Alec, do you want to introduce yourself?
So I'm one of the owners here at Thrive Grid Spa, North McAllen, and coming soon in Sherryland.
Sherryland. We're excited about that. And this is Crystal.
Hello, I'm Crystal. I'm also one of the owners here at Thrive, and it's always a pleasure to have these guys here, and we can't wait to see you all here as well.
Yeah,
this is Alex.
What's up? I'm Alex. We just got our drip.
Our fitness drip.
We got a fit drip, right?
Yeah, fit drip. Yeah,
so
and our
what
beach shop.
What does a fit drip have?
So it's going to have 6+ chain amino acids alongside a liter of fluids and electrolytes.
Awesome.
That's going to really get you pumped up for the gym. It's going to help with your muscle performance, endurance, and recovery.
You see it. Get it.
I'll just show my abs.
What's up, guys? A big shout out to our sponsors that were just shown there. And coming back from our break, we're going to go ahead and drop another sake.
Another
sake.
Everyone does. Everyone do it.
Everyone do it. Another sake. So we're going to go ahead
let's do it.
We're going to head I'm excited for this. Everybody out. Round of applause.
We got Joseph clapping in the back.
Joseph's clapping.
With a big smile.
The biggest smile I've ever seen him.
You know what, Joseph? Love it, dude.
Get in on this shit. You're going to get in on this shit.
Oh, it looks like Joseph's we got a fourth glass.
Let's go.
We got Joseph joining the party real quick.
Time. Check it out, my friend. We got your sake bomb right here, boy. Here we go. Come more in.
Oh, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Oh, God.
How about you pour it? You have a better advantage on me.
There we go.
Grab a cup?
Yeah, go ahead. Pass me that. Oof. Damn. What the hell? What are we scheming here? Are we short on supply?
Oh, wait, you want the full thing?
Come on, baby. Trying to play here. Damn, Nick.
You can switch me up.
No. Nick's got his, bro. You're good there. Okay. Go ahead, Nick. Yeah, baby.
That's like a gulp. Like I got a gulp.
All right. Thank you so much.
Gulp, you say.
That was very kind of you, Joseph, to pour me in.
All right, here we go.
All right,
here we go. It is sake time. Sake time.
Bye.
Up top, down low, in the middle, and in the hole. I made that up on the spot. Is that a thing?
I'm not sure.
Nice.
Man. Does it taste any different to you?
No, man, it tastes the same.
Yeah, that was tough. I feel like that one was harder than the.
Yeah, I feel like that one was harder.
It doesn't burn. It's super dangerous.
It doesn't burn.
Yeah.
All right, Joseph, get out of here. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't push our friend like that.
My bad, Joseph. You got there. Go and get up and go around my light there, please. Thanks.
Partner.
All right, bro. Getting back to it.
Nick.
Let's do it.
With, I'm sure with TikTok and Instagram influencing, you've had a lot of pressure from like the audience, your fans, maybe negative, positive. Talk about the pressure behind that, and how do you keep yourself motivated? Because it's really hard to stay motivated when you get negative pressure. Right. Talk a little bit about that.
So I think that I felt the most pressure when I was just mindless posting and just posting more of what the audience wanted to see. When I cared more about what the audience wanted to see versus being my true self and putting out what's coming from within. That's when I felt a little bit more pressure, and I took the negativity a little bit harder than I should have. Versus now, I mean, I don't post as often as I'd like to, but I can definitely say that my posts are a lot more genuine, a lot more from the heart. Hence why they're always like super big paragraphs that I post. You know, I try my best to get a good message out there for my audience, and I think that that's what's ultimately pushed my account to where it's at now. Because I remember the days Instagram was a lot harder to grow than TikTok. So I didn't really try as hard on Instagram. But when I did start posting on Instagram and posting what I wanted to and posting my authentic self, I think is when my Instagram account took off the way it did. And I like the direction it's going. I think that if I just invest a little bit more time and just start posting a little bit more often, even if it's a little uncomfortable for me, it'll definitely keep growing the way it has been.
And what do you find more uncomfortable? Is it like being genuine and who you are, and kind of feeling like the audience is going to take it in a negative way or not react how you would like for them to?
I think that it's more, I don't like to post when it's just me trying to be somebody I'm not. I think that sometimes I'll post something and I'm like, man, like, am I posting this because I want to post something and share something to my audience, or am I posting this just because I need to post something?
Right.
So that's why whenever Fortifit had reached out to me and asked me to do a reel, it was like, I have never done a reel before that's so, well, I've done reels before, but they were like workout reels and things more like fitness related. Never done like a lifestyle type reel or something that's going to be a little bit more directed towards my life and directed towards the things that I do. So that's why I think it was stepping a little bit more out of my comfort zone when I did a reel for Fortifit, you know, recording some parts of my life and my morning routine and just getting my personal life out there a little bit more was a little bit uncomfortable for me, but not in a bad way, obviously. Right. You know, it's something that I definitely need to get used to if I want to start pushing more content and pushing more of my authentic self.
I think the way you did it was really, really genuine, mm-hmm. and it was different. Mm-hmm. And I think a lot of people reacted to it in a positive way because everyone felt that it was like really genuine. It was like a look into your lifestyle, mm-hmm. and that was really cool to see. Like I was really captivated by it, and yeah. I thought that was really cool. So you did it in a way that was so genuine, that felt like it was coming from you, you know. And we have other influencers that post, and not that they don't post genuine, but it was really cool to see that we dove a little bit deeper in your life, mm-hmm. by seeing that reel, right. And that was really cool to see.
Yeah, that's why I like when I shared it on my story, I was like, this is the kind of shit I'm talking about. Yeah, right. Because I was like, this is the kind of shit I'm talking about, bro, because that's exactly what I want, like, to people to see is like, dude, this is not, we're not just eating healthy meals, we're not just promoting fitness and working out, this is our lifestyle, this is what you're, you know, base your whole life around, is like health and fitness and mental health, mental clarity, spiritual awakening. Right. You know what I mean? Like, mm-hmm. those kinds of things are so important. And especially like I see a lot of like a stoicism background in you. That's like, what comes and what's for me is for me. And I'm mm-hmm. going to take what I can and change what I can. Right. And what's not in my path, I'm not going to try to direct into. Right. I'm going to take it as it comes.
Right. You know? That's a very good mindset to get to have. Pause.
Take it as it comes. Pause.
No, yeah, Stoicism is definitely a very, very good philosophy to live by. I think it can change you for the better in many, many different ways.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a huge. I do believe in Stoicism. I'm doing a little bit more background and research on it, like Marcus Aurelius and more of that, like the Stoics.
Right.
I'm trying to get a little bit more like in depth of that and like understand it. So I can't say right now I can speak about Stoicism like I know it, but I know that the main point of Stoicism is like taking things and controlling what you can't control, and understanding that things happen to life, not in life. Like,
right.
I mean, things happen in life, not to life.
Right.
It's not happening to you, it's happening in it. Like, it's in your life. Control what you can control. And if you can't control it, yeah.
Acceptance is a very big thing in Stoicism. It's just accepting what you can and don't stress about the things that you can't change.
And how has like you've obviously gone through like a mental health journey. How has that affected your philosophy in life now?
So I think that like if I had known more about philosophy and ways of living a good, healthy lifestyle, it would have came easier to me. I learned that in order to heal past whatever it was that was going through my mind that caused me to think negatively about life, to think negatively about people around me, that just ultimately flooded like negativity into my life. In order for me to heal from that, I had to forgive and accept the things that had happened and move on from it. And even though healing is a never-ending journey, right? So you can be healed and you can learn from the past, or you can keep letting it affect you, or you can keep letting it, flood your mind and affect the way that you act and affect the way that you do things, and ultimately can change your entire life. Yeah.
No, I agree. So let's talk about the divine order.
A very big topic. Yeah.
Huge topic, man.
Yeah. And now that we kind of tapped into that, what has really influenced the divine order? I know it has a lot to do with what you just talked about.
Right.
So tell us a little bit about that.
So I think ultimately the idea of the divine order came to me once I was completely healed and felt like, okay, I'm ready to move on with my life, and I'm ready to move past whatever it was that was holding me down. So I guess that kind of goes into like the influence standpoint of like my social medias, is I was really questioning what it was that I was influencing to my followers, and what it was that I was using these platforms that I have been given to share to the world. I have about like 23,000 followers, I think, on Instagram, which isn't the most. There are influencers out there with millions of followers, but I mean, given 23,000 people that have their eyes on
you're not giving yourself enough credit there.
It's a huge platform to have, and I'm absolutely blessed and grateful to have people from around the world sliding up in my DMs telling me that I've inspired them to live a better and healthier lifestyle. And it's amazing to me, and it's driven me to create a brand and to create something that I can utilize, something that I love doing, creating a clothing brand, creating a brand in itself to just help bring positivity and light to the world and help people be more aware and realize that, they're more in control of their lives than they think.
If you could put it in one sentence, what does the divine order mean to you?
I love to say bringing light to the darkness, because there's so much darkness in the world nowadays, and it's become such a normalized thing. Right. You go on your phone and it's everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, just see what just happened with OceanGate.
Yeah, and that implosion of those poor lives that were lost.
And people are joking about it.
And people are joking about it.
Yeah, it's
10
sad,
seconds
man.
later.
It's sad. It's very sad to see like how quickly darkness, how much faster darkness can spread than light. But I think ultimately trying to do my best to bring that light to the world has gotten me so far to create a brand and to do things that I never thought would be possible.
Right.
And just a few days ago, I worked with the software engineer from Fortifit and building my website and getting it accessible to the public. And it's just such a huge milestone for me to see how far it's come from my journal. Literally, I have like the date I entered. It was August 22nd of 2022 that I had first written the idea of the divine order and the scheme behind it and the mission statement behind it. And just, it's so amazing to go and look back at that and to look at me now and to see how far I've come with it, and just makes it so much more realistic for me rather than just thinking it's a dream. I know it's within my grasp.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's all action within 7 months, 7-8 months.
Right.
You've been able to do it.
Yeah. And there are obviously, bumps in life that, you sometimes you have to kind of focus more on something than another thing. But ultimately, I think I like to say, remember your divine purpose. Remember that you're ultimately here on this earth, and you're ultimately existing on this earth for a greater purpose than stressing about work or stressing about social media or stressing about any of these little things that so many people allow to clog up their mind and to fog up their mind and causes them to live at such a low level, low frequency.
I think that name really reminds people to start living in the light,
right,
and in the positive. And start focusing more on the positive, see progression,
right,
and live the life that you want to live.
Yeah, and that's what I want the brand to be. I want it to just be a reminder to the people. I'm wearing a shirt right now, and
I was about to point that out. I was like, you got the shirt on, actually.
I don't know if the camera can see it.
Yeah, it can. It's
and then the back.
The back,
and then the back. I don't know how's that.
Nice.
How's that looking, Joseph?
Nice.
Looking good.
We're looking good, Joseph.
Heck yeah! Look at that.
How are you feeling?
I feel.
He feels relaxed.
I feel socked out, man.
I feel socked out.
From my head to my toes.
No, that's awesome, man. So that's beautiful. How many? What's the collection look like so far?
So right now, these are the only shirts that I have printed out. I have 30 of these shirts that I made for the first drop, technically. And portfolio wise, I have a lot more in the tank, and it's just about taking the necessary steps to get there to where I can start just producing and not having to worry about having so much inventory, rather than just, what can I make that's going to help people see it and realize that there's more to life than the life they're living.
Right.
There's a whole spiritual side to life that a lot of people don't realize that they're living, and it's a battle every single day between right and wrong, between good and evil. A lot of people don't notice it, but it's a decision that everybody has every single day, with every single action, every single word that they say, every single thought that they think. It goes down to that level, to the level of thought, and a lot of people don't think that. But it's like, even whenever you see somebody and you judge them, or you're driving in traffic and you get road rage, it's the smallest little things that can make the biggest difference in your life.
I feel like society's normalized so much evil nowadays that it's hard to tell and differentiate of what is good and what is evil.
Right.
I think a lot of people do that.
I think it's a constant reminder whenever I'm just living life, right? I'm always trying to think like, okay, I cannot say something negative or it's going to come back to me. Right? And I mean, you can call it whatever you want to call it, but I think if you let out darkness, you're gonna end up finding darkness.
It multiplies.
Yeah. And I think that's why it should be a constant reminder throughout your life, every day when you wake up, to always just put out good and light, and you'll see your life progress in so many ways.
Exactly. 100%.
So that's awesome, man. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see more of you speaking about the divine order.
Right.
I think it's going to help people understand what you're bringing into this world. So
100%. Yeah. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity to be able to like talk into a microphone about it, talk on camera to it, because it's something, like I said, that I would never have done, I think, on my own. So I think being in this opportunity, getting a hold of this opportunity is something that was definitely a part of my plan, a part of being able to spread the word out there, get me comfortable with talking to a camera and expressing my true self a little bit more.
Yeah. And it's the people within our circle, right? And who we hang out with. I mean, just meeting Adrian, he made me talk about Fork to Fit a little bit more through my social media. And I was like, well, why didn't I do that before? I was so focused on growing the business and in the back end, but I wasn't letting people know what I was trying to do for the people.
Right.
And I think it's important to do that. So I'm glad that you're here and you're talking about it, because it's only going to spark that little motivation to continue talking about it, so people can understand what you're trying to do for them.
Yeah, it's like that winning statement of iron sharpens iron. It's the people that is around you, and it's a teamwork effort. And it is easy you can do it alone. You can do it alone. You can have the mindset to say, hey, like, I'm gonna get my mind right, I'm gonna do this alone, I'm gonna push this objective, I'm gonna push this idea, and I'm gonna push this light that I want to. But when you have people sharpening you and you're able to communicate about your thoughts, it actually grows you so much more, right? And I've talked to different business owners, and we've actually talked about what me and Alex do quite often of our time and stuff, and we work off of each other, and as of course anybody in my circle, as well as like I have my close friends and Joseph as well to communicate a little bit about what I'm trying to do, what content I'm trying to push, and if he approves or disapproves, and you're able to speak your mind rather than just have it intrusive to yourself. So it's like a very big deal to have a good team on your side and to have someone that's going to push you to do better.
Surround yourself with those winners.
Exactly. And there's just as easy it is to surround yourself with winners, it's easy to surround yourself with people with a very stagnant mindset that 100%. Don't want to grow and become part of something bigger in life. And I really believe that when you vision that and when you speak about it with your friends and your partners, right, it's going to happen. It is a reality, you know. And it's like me and Alex talk so much about where we see ourselves in the future, and you spoke to us about where you see the divine order in the future, and I promise you it's going to happen. It's going to happen because it's just that positive energy that comes in vibes.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's well said, because I mean, just when we first met, I said the same thing to you.
Yeah.
I was like, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And Adrian's saying the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just, it's surrounding yourself with the right people. And
we didn't think we'd be here. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I remember we joked about it and we were like, dude, we should do a podcast. Like that would be awesome, right?
And I said, we should. Yeah. And he was like, really? Like we should? And then I'm like, yeah, let's order the stuff. And so then we got on the computer and ordered the stuff.
Literally, it's crazy how quickly that idea came to life, man.
Yeah, and again, it's just, there's no negative thoughts, right? Like he could have said, hey, let's start a podcast. I could have been like pessimistic about it and been like, well, what could go wrong?
Yeah.
Right. And those are the people you don't want to be around, because again, iron sharpens iron. And I think, it's a good way to put it, but, I think it's surrounding yourself around the people that are going to bring light into your journey and what you're trying to do.
100%.
Yeah, someone that's going to back you up and spread that knowledge and give you more insight to your idea.
Right.
That like Alex has so much more insight than I do on the business field, right? And I always tell Alex, I feel like in my past life, I was like a business owner or something, because I have my career going right now, and obviously I'm not going to do that. But Alex has him going for you, and it's able to express ideas, topics, and growth to Alex that I've always had in mind, and to see where it goes, because he puts it into motion, you know? And so I can't wait for your brand to pop off, and you have always trust in us, man, to anything that you have ideas for and that you feel like you want to talk about. I'm more than sure that we have like a little bit of insight on those things too, that can always help you, and like we can always speak about it. You know?
Of course. It's
always pushing each other.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you guys are older, so it's good to hear positive feedback, and you know, coming from a business owner, successful business owner, you know, it's amazing to hear that my ideas aren't just ideas, you know, they're things that can totally come to light, you know, and it's not just a dream, it's reality at this point. So that's how I have to live.
Yeah. And really it's because you've taken action, and that's the number one thing to do, is just take action on your ideas, because you could have talked to me about your idea, and if I saw no action, then I would have known the type of mindset that you had at that point. Right. And it's not that it takes some people a little bit longer to understand that, but yeah, it's all about action, and you already did that. Right. Now it's just feeding that action.
Anybody can have the idea and say like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, but you've already put that in play.
Yeah.
You didn't come to Alex and myself or anybody that you've spoke about the divine order to and said, I think I'm going to start a clothing brand. No, you said, here's my clothing brand. I started it.
I started it.
100%. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's crazy, man. You know, that's something that I noticed right off the bat with you. And it was amazing too, because you're at a young age and you've got great potential in that aspect because of your mindset.
With that being said,
it is. It's time to pour up. Sake time.
Sake time. It's sake time.
All right. What's up? Let's get this fourth.
Maybe this shot doesn't have to be as big as my last one.
So it's going to be a huge, immaculate shot. I think we're going to do it into this cup instead. No, I'm just kidding. Ready, Joseph? Let's do this. Get over here.
Let's do this, Joseph.
You're part of this team here.
Of course. Necessary.
Don't mind the shadow. It's just Joseph crossing in front of the light. Joseph. Don't sit down yet. It was going to throw me off here. Do that last one. Dude, are we going to kill the bottle? No, never mind. No, not even close. I'm not gonna lie, I'm used to the sake bombs. Let's get some sake bombs after
What's a
this.
sake bomb? What's a sake bomb?
Sake bomb is
Sake bombs are good.
those are good, and
that?
it's my favorite to drink it with a Dos Equis.
Yeah,
What do you drink it?
What?
A sake bomb? I do a
sake
sake
bombs
bomb
with-
You choose a beer with it.
with a beer.
Really?
Yeah, what do you do it with?
Oh, I'm thinking Vegas bomb.
Oh my God, sake bomb, right? So let's
right,
say
whatever.
Let me tell you what a sake bomb is.
Okay,
if this was
beer.
full of Dos Equis, it would be beer, right? Or
Okay.
any beer of your choice.
Okay.
You just drop it in there and chug, right?
Oh, that's right.
Whoa.
I remember now.
That sounds
Yeah.
crazy.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
That
I love
sounds
it, bro.
crazy.
I'm such an alcoholic. It's so.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah. All right. We're gonna go to the
Cheers.
top. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Woo, man!
Thank
I feel
you
like
for
it does
joining
not,
us,
It does not get
Joseph.
easier.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
We
No.
should have got the. What's another one? The
Soju.
sake
Soju
yeah.
is the one that I wanted to get. That one's very, very sweet. Sweet.
Talking about what we just talked about, getting started, putting things into action. What would you say to people to start like goal setting, right? Like, I mean, let's talk about like your physique for once. I mean, for one,
Mhm.
and then let's talk about you starting the divine order. Like, what type of mindset do you have to have? What tips do you have in goal setting and making things into action?
So I'd like to break it down into like steps. I like to say, I mean, I believe I've told you this before, but looking for things that are going to get you 1% closer to your goal each and every single day and every single action you take. What can I do that's going to get me closer to my goals right now at this moment? What can I do? And if I can't do anything, then, you know, there's never a time where you won't be able to do anything to get closer to your goals. It's all mental.
Right.
So I'd say like for physique wise, you know, if you need to be eating 5 meals a day and you're eating 2 meals a day, you know, there's clearly it's clearly what you're lacking.
Right.
So even if you're not eating 5 meals a day, okay, today I'm going to eat 3 meals a day. Tomorrow, 4 meals a day. Tomorrow I'm going to wake up earlier so I can get a meal in, an extra meal in, because I usually wake up at 10 or 11. You know, if I wake up at 6 or 7 in the morning, I can eat another meal. And it's just those little things that ultimately will add up and stack up and stack up and stack up. You know, 1% better every single day for a year is 365% better and closer to your goals than you ever thought you could be.
Right.
So I think with the divine order, it was taking that mentality and putting it into action. Is like, what can I do to bring this idea that I had written down into life? And it started with, you know, just making my designs. What can I make? What can I show? What's visually attracting to the eye that can also get my message across and also allow people to enjoy it and want to wear it. And so it was creating designs, you know, having to order the shirts, having to take it to a place to get screen printed, having to market it, having to do all these little things that are going to help build the company ultimately. That got me to where I am today. You know, especially like getting a website set up wasn't the easiest task that I thought was going to happen. You know, when it comes to making a website, I feel like it's so intricate, so much more intricate than you might think. So having to do all the little things and just making sure that every single day that I was doing something that's going to get me closer to my goals, closer to my vision, closer to bringing the light to the darkness, was most important, I think, to me.
Yeah, ultimately being 1% better every day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I believe that 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Like as far as like fitness, for anything,
yeah.
it's just putting things into action,
Right.
and being a little bit better.
Right.
Yeah.
No excuses.
Yep.
You can't make excuses for yourself.
Yeah.
If you want something that badly, you will make it happen, and you will do those little things to make it happen.
Right. So talk about a little bit about more of fitness, since we've already like kind of talked about like your physique and whatnot. What tips do you have for people that are trying to get a physique like yours?
So I had just mentioned right now, but eating, I think dieting is something that is super underlooked in any type of fitness world that you might be in. Nobody can see that unless you're obviously posting yourself eating your meals, but nobody can see that behind the scenes work that you do, the 5 meals a day, the resting 8 hours a day, you know, making sure you're drinking protein, creatine, your supplements, whatever you take. Those are all little things that can ultimately build up to building yourself the way that you want to be. You know, if you feel like you're not lean enough, then stop eating carbs, stop eating fat, stop snacking on things. You know, it's super easy, super easy, as long as you can just take a step back and reevaluate all the actions that you're taking. And if there's something that you're doing that's not getting you closer to your goal, cut it out. You know, there's little things like that will ultimately get you to where you want to be, especially physique wise, since it's such a set in stone thing. You know, if you eat 5 meals a day of chicken and rice, you're gonna grow muscle. You know, there's no way that you can eat that much chicken and you not get where you want to be.
Right.
It only comes from you. So if you're eating fast food and junk food and wondering why you're not as lean or as muscular as you want to be, then you know there's clearly an answer right there.
Yep. 80% nutrition, 20% lifting, right?
Exactly. Yeah, and I've found that I put more effort into dieting than I do the gym. You know, resting 2 or 3 days a week sounds crazy to some people because they love to work out so much, but everybody's bodies are different. So if your body is not growing working out that much a week, then, you know, cut it back, reset yourself, kind of realize, okay, what can I reset and try to fix and attack with a different mentality or a different mindset.
Right. So with that, man, we
well said.
Well, very well said. It was a pleasure having you on the show, my brother. And we would definitely we're gonna it was a pleasure having you on the show.
There's so much more we can talk about, right?
Yeah. Dude, this podcast probably can go on for another few hours if we wanted to.
Yeah, but very intrusive and very informative. Yeah. So thank you so much for your timing and your efforts for coming out here. We can't wait to see how people react to this, because it's just so intriguing and it's just a great topic, and it was great to speak with you and get your mindset on that. And we'll be on the lookokout for Divine Order,
of course,
and we'll definitely have you on the show later on.
I can't wait for part 2, man. It's gonna just get better for me. It's just gonna get
yes,
better.
Yes, it is. We're gonna refer back to this video in part 2 because I'm sure it's gonna be way higher than our potentials are gonna be way crazier than what they are now. So
100%.
Well, thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you, everybody that's watching.
Yes, and thank you guys for tuning into episode 3 with Nic Teran, Baki. There, we're gonna drop those handles, so the handles will be there listed on the screen. Make sure you check them out. Thank you, guys.
Be Forkin For Real.
Be Forkin For Real.